we're going for round 2 of the Tesla fridges. So about a year ago, we did the Model Y fridge. And it's turned out to be one of the best accessories we've ever put inside of our Model Y. We use it literally every week when we go get groceries. My wife will go get groceries during her lunch break, and she'll keep all the cold items inside of her fridge in the Model Y sub-trunk. And so when Devin with Hand Shower reached out and said, hey, will you review a Model 3 fridge? I had to check it out. So full disclosure, like almost everything reviewed on this channel that was sent to me for free, I am compensated to make these reviews. So because of that, this technically isn't a review, more just sharing with you guys what this product is about, and you can make your own opinion whether or not it's worth it or not. However, all opinions and thoughts on any of the products on this channel are my own, whether good or bad. So let's see what's in the box. All right, so we got a box inside of a box, lots of bubble wrap. Not sure what that is yet, we'll take a look at it though later. Lots of padding, so I have a feeling there's no real issue here of damage or concern for that. All right, there it is. Let's take a quick look around it. Looks like right here we have our panel to control the temperatures. We got some ventilation. There's also ventilation on the side here and on the front. And that appears to be the only ventilation on this one. And that's a big difference between the one on the Model 3 and the Model Y. The Model Y has more ventilation. It's also a lot bigger unit. You get these two handles to easily lift it. The thing feels light. I don't know the exact weight on it, but it's not enough to matter. You get a handle right here. That makes a nice clip sound, so you know it's secure. That's good. And you get a very long power cord that plugs into your 12 volt. And because this is the Model 3 in my 2019 Model 3, this will be going into the center console 12 volt, running back to it in the sub-trunk. You also get a light right here, so when you open this up, it's going to illuminate and you'll be able to see what's inside of your fridge. So before we get out and actually install it and try this fridge out, here are the specs. First, what models does it fit in? It says any Model 3 from 2017 through 2023.10, as well as the Model 3 Highland 2024 or newer. The capacity is 20 liters and it does have an app if you want to use the app. I just use the controls right on the fridge. The range of temperatures this can go to is positive 10 degrees Celsius to negative 22 degrees Celsius. It has a low voltage mode, which is really important because this plugs into your 12 volt battery. So basically what that means is that if your car battery is getting low on your Tesla, not your main battery that like drives your car, but like that, you know, regular car battery in the front, that the fridge will go into either economy mode or just shut off so it doesn't drain your car. Because as you guys know, if that battery stops working or if it dies, you can't turn on your car, you can't access your car. Almost all the accessories you use inside of your Tesla run off that 12 volt battery. So this fridge is currently for sale for $499. However, it looks like they gave you guys a 22% off code with the code CfTesla. So I'll put that down below in the description with my link. Okay, so let's talk about a use case really quickly for this, because that's one of the first things you look at when you're gonna make an investment, like a $500 fridge. And there are cheaper models. You can go on to Amazon and you can find a powered fridge for a lot cheaper. So why? And this was the big question that was asked on the Model Y video. Why? What is the number one reason why people would want to buy this one, which is quite a bit more expensive? And the simple reason is that it was designed specifically for your Tesla. So it's gonna fit down in your sub-trunk and it's not going to take away any of your trunk space. All the other ones you're gonna find, or they're gonna be loose fitting in there, so they're gonna shake around and they're really small, not maximizing the capacity that could be down in there, or they're gonna be just sitting somewhere in your trunk. And maybe that's fine, but if you're not on a budget and you want something that is gonna not take away any trunk space, that's when these things come into play. And that's what so many people have said they've really enjoyed having these fridges. And again, we've had ours for over a year now in the Model Y. And we use it all the time for road trips, we use it for camping, we use it for pretty much anything. And you can always take it out and set it somewhere else when you're camping as well if you want a more accessible fridge. So let's see how it fits inside the Model Y. 3. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing in my sub-trunk. I'm gonna just plug here in the power cord, kind of toss the rest up front, and then I'm gonna just place it right on in. Look at that. So the fit is perfect. I can put that in there like that. I got lots of cords, so I don't have to worry about, you know, running it the wire straight. I can kind of run it along the side here, so I can pull this back and put that back in place. So everything fits, so that it's right in there right now. That's what you're paying for. This is what the extra money is for, is having this all open. Because as you guys know, the Model 3 already doesn't have much trunk space. And then all we got to do is pull down one of those seats in the middle, run this through, and we got power. So now it is a little bit tricky with the Model 3, unlike the Model Y, because of having to run the power cable up here to the center console. You know, I do have a seat protectors on everything. So, you know, I have to leave this unzipped right here. That's got to be unzipped. And then I just have it running across the seat, going up there where it's plugged in. And the other thing to consider is if you do have something like an organizer in here, this unit, the actual plug itself is it's just too big, so it won't fit in there. So that won't be able to go back inside here when you're using it. But you are able to run the cordless side and still plug it in. And the thing to remember too with this is you're probably not using it all the time, so it's only an issue for the times when you're going to be actually using the fridge. Otherwise, you just unplug it, put your organizer back in, and leave the cord, like, you know, just dangling down there or something. All right, so I just turned the fridge on here. I hit the settings button here, which allows you to adjust the temperature of that. I put it all the way down to the coldest, the max cold setting at negative 22 degrees Celsius. You can see it's drawing 13.3 volts DC power, and there's a Bluetooth light right there, or a little indicator. And to turn it off, I'm assuming you press and hold. No. It beat, but nothing happened. Okay, it is. So press and hold, let go. I think it's like 3 seconds, and it turns off. And then one press turns it on. And you can see that it's at 23 degrees Celsius right now. So it has a bit of work to do to get down to the temperature that I set it at. So it's also very quiet. So if we take my DJI wireless mic here, and I take and place it down here next to the fan, you can hear how loud it is. And when you're sitting up in the front seat, you're not hearing any of it. So now let's talk about the capacity and what can actually fit inside of here, because it's not nearly the amount of space that you have inside the Model Y. So you're not going to be putting in gallons of milk or anything like that in this one. But let's see what we actually are working with here. So to the top of the white, you have about 5 inches. It's actually a little bit less by like a 1/16, under 5.5 inches. So it's like, yeah, it's basically 5.5. On all the sides. And then you have about 14 inches exactly from side to side, and exactly a foot deep. So it's going to be perfect for bringing a bunch of, you know, cold drinks, a lunch, picnic, that sort of thing, any of your small items in there. In fact, let's throw some in there to take a look at it. Okay, so let's take a look at first just like a can of pop. You can see you could fit a ton of those in there. A couple of those, couple sandwiches, whatever, easily gonna fit in there. Let's go a little bit bigger. So then we have right here a grape Gatorade. This is a 24 ounce, fluid ounce Gatorade, or 828 milliliters. That will not fit in there up and down. However, easily is gonna fit in there laying sideways. Pretty much any of your taller items are just not gonna fit, like a can of mayonnaise. They'll fit on their side. That's, you know, that's pushing it right there. And that's a 64 ounce tub of mayonnaise. But you can really get the sense of what this is gonna actually be for. So if you're getting groceries, this, you know, you're not gonna wanna use this one to put your milk in. You're gonna not be able to go shopping at lunch for the milk. If you have a Model Y, you get the bigger unit, so that's different. I think where people are gonna really benefit from a size like this is if you are on the road and you work from your car. If you want to keep it, maybe you have a job where you don't have access to a refrigerator at lunch, you can keep your lunch in here to keep cold, or something along that line. Okay, now check this out. So I just went and did a 10-minute work phone call. When I left, it was at 22 degrees Celsius, and coming back now, it is at 0 degrees Celsius. So let's see if we can feel the difference. Oh yeah, just as you open it up, you can feel it in there. And this is actually very, very cold to the touch. So this thing actually is very quick. So you don't need to have it plugged in for a long time to get it ready to go. It's just a matter of, if you need it, turn it on, and in 20 minutes or so, you're gonna be right down to temperature. See, we're already at -1. That's awesome. Let's try some more stuff in there. So I love the idea of having waters in here, because you can imagine on hot days like it is in the summer, we've had so many 100-degree days, always got a bottle of cold water no matter where you are, and this amount of them, it's awesome. And even though I've had this open so many times, we're now down to -2 degrees, still dropping, and it easily fits those 15 or so I just put in there. Awesome. Okay, so I don't know if you're one of these people that are up on the current temperatures of fridge and freezers, but let me give you a perspective on how cold this fridge actually gets. So the average fridge, according to online, which never lies, is between 1 to 4 degrees Celsius, okay? And this goes down to -22 degrees Celsius. Now the average freezer is -18 degrees Celsius. So you're able to put frozen items in here as well as just keeping things cold. And once it hits the temperature you've set, then it's just about a matter of maintaining it. So right now we're already in freezer temperatures. Anything between 4 degrees or Celsius and lower will keep away bacteria and things from going bad. So if I were just going to the settings here and put this up to a reasonable temperature for just keeping my stuff cold, say we'll put it right at 1 degrees, the fridge turns off and I'm already there. And what's crazy, look at this. Look at that. That's ice. See? That's ice already in less than 20 minutes. This fridge is actually faster at cooling than the one in the Model Y, and that may just be because it's smaller. All right, fridge in the back of your Model 3, pretty cool. Does come at a price. What do you think of this one? Good? Bad? Let me know down in the comments. And of course, check the description if you want more information. See you guys on the next one.